Considering we don't know if we really knew what we were doing, maybe we do even better.
That's true.
Are we? Oh, hey, you want me to introduce us?
Sure.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so.
Yeah, we like to interview influential women in the sport of archery.
We're obviously very laid back.
And if there's something completely inappropriate that happens, just tell Julie, edit that out. Basically, it's a bunch of girls talking about archery.
You know, conversations like this, and then I sit here and think,
we're having
what are we doing having a podcast? Because we are so uneducated about all this stuff that we talk about.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody will listen to us and take pity and send us a lot of information on crossbows.
Oh, whoops.
Oh.
I was going to look it up again.
But you threw your phone.
But I threw my phone. But really, I mean, really our specialty is a compound bow, the three of us.
Right.
And that's what we know. We really don't know because, I mean, quite honestly, it's like it doesn't apply to me. I'm not interested. I don't care.
I tell you what, I'm going to have to hang out with Vince because I really, really, really would love to hunt with a longbow.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to hunt sometime with longbow.
Yeah, or a recurve, either one.
Yeah.
I already know that
he's killed
this
some deer with
person
his.
is not able to shoot a longbow. I had some kids whoop up on me. Here I teach with these, kids, and they're shooting longbows, and we went to a traditional shoot where everyone had a traditional bow. Yeah. The kids pretty much laughed in my face. I'm like, well,
so
I'm just not from that kind of Indian tribe.
You're a different Indian.
I'm from the basket weaving group. I am.
We're making moccasins.
That's my heritage.
I shot a recurve. Vince picked up some recurve for me at, I don't know, just an old used one at some shoot he had been at or whatever. And I took it to Sibley back when they were still running shoots. And I think I scored like 11. It was hard. And I mean, I had a ball doing it, but
I tell you, I
knew that that's not my passion. The compound bow is my passion.
I watched Vince at the state ASA pick up somebody's recurve, and I think he was standing at 10 or 15 yards, and he was just hammering them in the middle in the dot. I was like, dang, Vince.
Back in the day, he could really, really shoot one very, very well. He would come home from work, and he would practice for hours in the yard.
Which in some ways...
He was really passionate about it back
in
then.
some ways, it's I guess maybe it's more impressive or impressive in a different way. I don't know.
I think it's very impressive.
Yeah.
Really, I'm very impressed with even the Olympics.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
70 yards. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Right. Even when they come back to 20 yards in Vegas, when we get to see some of the people that went to the Olympics.
The pros.
Even seeing them, like Brady, step up on the line and shoot X's, I'm like, man.
Yeah, how do you do that?
How do
That's
you
incredible.
do that? You're shooting with your fingers. Yeah. Let me know.
And no peep and just this little bitty sight out here and,
Right. Yeah, it baffles. And I'm very impressed. I always have been.
And they shoot them with stabilizers too, though, don't they? They have all those, the traditional,
they don't
stick
have
bows. There's nothing on them.
Right.
And some people will aim like using the point of their arrow, or like Vince. Vince has always been an instinctive shooter, so he just looks at the spot he wants to hit, and then when he shoots, I guess everything's subconsciously.
That's how I'd shoot myself in the foot, probably.
Well, that's what you do bow fishing too. You instinctively shoot the fish, and you're not only aiming at the fish, you're aiming below the fish because of the water refraction. So it becomes a whole different thing in itself.
Right.
It's not just shooting 20 yards at a piece of paper and you're trying to hit the dot. You're trying to hit, you don't know you have to range find it really quick. You have to figure out how deep it is, aim below it, all that good
Yeah.
stuff. But I'm pretty good at instinctive shooting that way. But when you get me,
I think that's
a
how I'm going to
target or
have to shoot
something like
those coyotes because they run around like crazy. I think because I was like, there's
you
no
don't have
way.
time to sit and
No, I'm
aim
going to
and-
have to draw and just rip one and hammer
Yeah.
down when I get to a spot because one was under my stand that first day I went out and it just was running back and forth like it was looking for something, a rabbit, I guess. I don't know.
Could have been.
It was spazzing though. It acted like Katie's dog Roxy.
Oh yeah, that's pretty spazzy.
It was. That's what I mean,
Yeah.
it was just back and forth. And I mean, it took me, I couldn't even hardly, I could hear it first before I could even see it because there was so much, there was like a little tree below me that was kind of blocking the view. So, but yeah, I want those gone.
I do too.
I'm not digging them being right in my yard.
No. No, and they've run like right through your backyard here,
Yes.
like real close to your house
Yes.
before.
Yeah, I have a little dog. My neighbors have little dogs. So,
And we've had, we've got farmland all around our house, our yard. There was a coyote standing right in the very back edge of our yard one night, and that was with my big dog outside.
wow.
And our neighbors have a Rottweiler, and she was outside too, and that coyote still was ballsy enough to come into
And
the yard.
you kind of like look at him and you're like, what am I seeing? Is that a dog? And it takes you a minute to register what it is.
Yeah.
we had that family of fox living in our backyard.
Yeah.
They were cute. The babies were cute, but
They're still
Coyotes
out of
are
here.
quite a bit bigger though, aren't they?
yeah, but them fox scream like babies, like dying babies in your backyard, and it is haunting to wake up in the middle of the night and go, oh my God, what's going on?
They do in the middle of the night?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, the adults do too.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever heard of
I
fox.
haven't.
we should look it up.
Maybe the
Yeah,
stuff
I
we're
should.
we're hearing that we're thinking of coyotes are,
Or foxes.
I don't know.
Could be.
I mean, they were beautiful.
They are pretty.
Yeah.
We saw a fox take off with one of our neighbor's chickens earlier this year. It was early and we were leaving. We were heading to the car with our bows. We were heading to a shoot. I don't remember where. But anyway, this fox was across the road in the field across the road from us. And it stopped and looked at us and it had a big old chicken in its mouth and
Oh
took
my
off.
gosh.
Yeah, sure did. So
They are
I
a
text the
nuisance.
neighbors. I'm like, I think a fox got one of your chickens.
Oh.
Well, you used to be the chicken farmer. No more chickens for Julie?
No. I'd like to have some more, but like Annalicia said, they're so incredibly busy, and I'm really busy. I've got this and trying to shoot, and just other things going on. And as a teacher, October is really busy anyway because we had like parent-teacher conferences, and we had PTO family fun night, and so we've got a lot of extra stuff going on too
Right.
that I just can't keep up with chickens anymore. I'd like to, but just too much
giving
on
up-
my plate.
Giving up the chickens for archery, huh?
Of course, I give
So-
up everything for archery.
I know. I feel like that too.
I practiced last night. I went to Sedalia and
yeah, I was
shot
going
a
to say, this
practice.
is league season. Leagues
Yeah.
are starting up.
We have 3 leagues and we have not shot any of them.
Wow.
What do you
We've been
mean?
to maybe 3 nights and twice on Fridays and once on a Monday. That's it. 3 different leagues.
And so now when you say 3 leagues, is that out of...
We have 2 from Tri-County, a Monday night and a Friday night.
Okay.
This is the first year they've ever had so many people denied on Friday night because they opened it to members first. Members filled it up. So non-members got Monday night. It's full.
Wow.
Yeah. Like
Tri-County's
it is
league is
That's
full.
really
booming.
cool. That's
Yeah.
great.
So, and then we also shoot out in Lawrence on Wednesday nights.
Okay.
And they just started up their, they're doing the 5 spot.
What club is that?
That's Overton's.
Overton's
Overton's.
Lawrence, Kansas.
Okay.
Now they're having a tournament coming up pretty soon.
Yes.
November 6th,
I think
believe.
so, yep.
But I don't know if it's 5 spot or 3 spot. I'm going. I'm making plans to go, but I
pretty
don't
sure it's
remember what it
Vegas.
is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Vegas. Both of our Tri-County leagues are Vegas.
Vegas Faces.
And I think we're just running this 5 spot league for a short time. We had the little fun shoot, and it just ended. So I think tomorrow night might be their first spot. But we run the fun shoot league all summer long, and it's just night by night. You don't have to be on a league. I mean, you don't get a teammate and all.
And that's out of Trey County.
That is Lawrence.
Oh, that's
Wednesday
Lawrence.
night. Yeah,
Okay.
Lawrence Overton's archery. Yeah.
Where I've been shooting in Sedalia is at Sutherland's of
Yeah.
all places, which is bizarre.
I've heard that they've opened those.
Yeah, you walk in and you walk through the store with all of your archery gear and walk to the back where the range is, and you just go back there and shoot.
Is it pretty nice range?
Yeah, it's big and it's well lit. It's not climate controlled.
Oh.
So, like yesterday, I went and shot a practice round. See, the reason I've been going to Sedalia is because by the time I get home from work, I walk in that door. That's the last thing I want to do is to have to pick up my archery stuff, drive to Carrollton, practice, drive back home. So I'm working 20 minutes from Sedalia now. So I take my stuff
take
with
it with
me.
you.
I go right after work.
Okay.
I go shoot a Vegas round, and then I go home. So yesterday it was freaking hot. And
Right.
it was hot in there because there's a big fan. That's all that's blowing. There's no venting
Yeah.
for air conditioning or heat. So it's going to be interesting if it gets cold in November. I think.
Are there
I
a
think
lot
it's
of
an
people?
8-week league,
So, okay, I was going to say that's what it is, a league that's 8 weeks.
and that's what they're probably shooting right now. I just went to practice yesterday, and league tonight, and then I'll meet Debbie. We have our weekly archery date where we
That's
shoot our
awesome,
makeup
though.
game.
How far is Sedalia for her?
It's like an hour for her.
She bailed out on us. She wasn't on our podcast
Yeah,
tonight.
She
What
said she
the
had to
heck?
go out of town, but
Where's
she
she
doesn't
go?
have anything close to her either.
No,
I
I
know.
know.
I
Practice.
have felt so sorry for her for years. She's just struggled
Had to
get-
drive.
Yeah.
She was there in Warsaw for a while, right by where our cabin used to be. And we tried to get down there a few times too to shoot there, but they've already closed up. Things at the Lake of the Ozarks just don't have shelf life there because it's a
It's
tourist.
seasonal.
Right.
It's seasonal, so they really struggle in the winter months. But she was going there for a while, I know. And that was a really super nice shop. But now I guess she's at the Sutherlands.
Yeah, she's been coming up there at least once a
How
week
long
to
of a
shoot.
drive is that for her?
It's like an hour. And it's so she's south, so it takes her like an hour south. I have to go back home an hour north. But I guess you do what you have to do.
You
do.
Right.
gotta plan them
Because
play
there's-
dates.
We have to. I've just accepted the fact. I did that a long time ago, several years ago. We're just going to have to drive a ways, unless we want to go to Carrollton. Well, Carrollton's fine, to an extent. But like right now, it's real musty smelling and stuff because it's in the basement of that building, and with
Oh, I
my
thought-
allergies and everything,
So
that's kind of
moist.
hard on my respiratory system. So I go if I have to.
Is it in the basement? Which
Yeah.
building is it? It's down
It-
on the.
Yeah, it's that curved,
Domed.
that
Okay.
domed building, just down from the courthouse in
Right.
Carrollton. And we'll do a cleanup, a range cleanup, and everything. But
We've gone there a couple of times.
yeah, it's not. I know it's quote unquote my home range, but I really prefer to shoot other places. But I have to go a ways,
Right.
and even Carrollton, that's a 25-minute drive. But when you're addicted, I guess, obsessed, you do
Well,
what you have
and
to do.
I get it. When you get home and you kind of like chill from the full day, you're just like, oh.
Yeah. And
So-
my daughter lives in Sedalia too, so it's nice because we'll have a dinner date. I'll go down
Right.
and shoot, and then we'll go out to eat. And so she's going to abandon me for Hawaii. In a few months, I'm gonna try to get as much mother-daughter time in as I can.
When we don't have podcasts for a few weeks because Julie's in Hawaii visiting her daughter,
Yep.
then we'll be crying for you then.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
So
We'll phone a friend.
we'll have to
Oh,
phone a
from
friend.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
We want to hear the music in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Deeki deeki waka, and away we go.
I'm already making plans to have Christmas in Hawaii next year.
Ooh,
I would.
I would too.
Totally am. Vince is on his own if he doesn't want to go.
Yeah, but that's
he can
your
stay
baby.
here and hang out with the other kid.
The one
I
that's
would
not in Hawaii.
so,
That's right.
I would so go.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
That is the only thing I think that has me motivated to sit in a plane for that long would be to go visit her. I don't know that I would
No.
really go unless I had.
Oh, I would in a heartbeat.
I would love to see it, but I hate flying. I hate being cooped up in a plane. could barely tolerate the 2-hour flight from Kansas City to Atlanta. I was just like, I was crawling up
Really?
the walls. Yeah, I hate it.
Huh.
It don't bother me at all.
It was about 3 hours to Vegas, and I kind of.
Yeah, but the time change, it feels like only 2.
That's true.
On the
That's
way
true.
back, it feels like 4.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And both ways, coming and going. I'm ready to get out of this plane. I'm ready
What-
to be there. Let me out.
With Vegas or
Yeah.
with anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere. And,
Yeah,
and I didn't
Vegas-
used to be like that when I was younger.
Yeah,
but man,
it
I
didn't
am
bother
now.
me. But I picked up the book. Remember me telling you about the
Yes.
book, the random book I just grabbed and opened it in page 1, and it's about a plane crash. I
How
read
do
the
you
first
do that
page.
to yourself?
I read the first page, and then I closed it, and I thought, oh my gosh, you're kidding me. And then I thought, okay. I sat there for about 10 minutes, staring at the back of the seat in front of me. I was like, I can't tell you. I'm just have to power through this and read through it.
I would have skipped
Just-
the first chapter.
The whole book is about a plane. I mean, the whole
Oh.
thing. It's about a big plane crash, and she's there cleaning up identifying bodies and.
Awesome.
Good job. Good job. And
I
you
know.
were like totally randomly selected this book
I
too.
had it
didn't
was in
you?
a stack of 2 or 3 books that my mom had that I hadn't read yet that I kept because I knew I'd want to read them, and that was the one I picked up and
That's
had no
funny.
idea what it was about. I couldn't believe I did that. I was
That's
like,
so funny.
it's ridiculous.
The guy that we sat next to on the flight back from Atlanta talked about. I think we had this discussion last week, but we weren't recording. Was talking about like how air traffic controllers have a highly
Yes.
stressful job and how they have like a very high suicide rate and that kind of thing. And I'm thinking,
We're-
you're sitting here talking about like, what if one of these guys offs themselves when we're in flight and
Yeah.
they're supposed to be directing
Were
where
you
we
coming back from
go?
the classic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And which is completely irrational thinking, but it did cross my mind. Like, can we talk about something else, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too comfortable.
No. But he seemed extremely comfortable. He flies frequently for whatever job it is that he has. And then as an afterthought, I was like, I wonder if he was an air marshal.
My neighbor used to be an air marshal. He looked like a Buddha. He had great big long ear lobes like a Buddha, and he had a bald head, and he was large at one time apparently, but when he lived by our house he had slimmed down. But he looked like he once was a Buddha. So if anybody sees a Buddha on your flight, you'll know.
That's him.
He was an
Yeah.
Air Marshal Buddha.
Air Marshal Buddha.
Air Marshal.
Kind of like Fire Marshal Bill.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, Air Marshal Buddha.
That's right. That was a great show.
Yeah. Keith refers to it quite often.
Yes. That was a funny, funny show.
And I don't know. I'm
We're
assuming.
referring to In Living Color in case anybody's wondering.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, 90s. Was that 90s? Yeah,
Yeah.
probably so.
Mhm.
It's been a while.
Do we want to talk about some of our upcoming shoots?
Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna. We've been talking a little bit about indoor. And what'd you do? What's that face?
Nothing. I heard a noise. Was that your phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I picked up the recorder at the same time. I was
I
like,
did
oh my
too. I thought
God,
it
what did
came
I do
from
to
there.
it? No, we're good.
Julie, if so, people are. We kind of talk about things that we're seeing and realize that none of you can see us. And we have this little recorder here. We have many devices. And Julie makes odd faces at it every once in a while. And it always like, what's going on? What's wrong? She does make odd faces at the equipment every once in a while. And I'm like, not sure if
We're recording.
not sure if we've actually recorded the last 45 minutes.
That's the one that scares me.
Yeah, me too. So
We have to do it all over again.
So shoots. Now I know that other people in parts of the other parts of the country have different shoots in their region, but Midwest has a couple of 3 shoots. These Pro-Am series. We get a lot of people that travel into these.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
A lot.
of pros. Mhm.
One happens to be in here in Kansas City, but the first one that kicks it off looks like it's this. And you can go into archery events actually and find this one. It's the
Midwest Open.
It's Midwest Open PSE, and it is December 9th through the 11th, and you're already registered on that one. I think
yeah.
its registration's open now.
Yes.
That's a big indoor shoot.
And that's in Bloomington, Illinois.
Yes. And
it's
go ahead.
actually what the old Presley's was,
Okay.
is my understanding, and it outgrew that building.
Right.
And so now I
Yeah,
don't know
it
if somebody else
almost-
took it over.
Presley's was almost an invitation only because it got so
Yeah.
out of control. Like you had to be there the year before in order to shoot the next
Because
year.
you could get early registration and all of that.
Right.
And if you didn't shoot the year before, good
then
luck.
good luck. You would just have to be, if somebody canceled, you were on a waiting list.
Right.
So now it's called the Midwest Open, and now it's where? In Bloomington?
Bloomington, Illinois. And it's a big facility. I've been there once. And it was pretty decent, pretty nice facility.
It's
and
the
it can
Interdate-
hold a lot of people.
And it's shot a little different, isn't it?
It's the Interstate Center.
Or is it like a Pro-Am? Is it?
It's a Pro-Am. I
so
believe
you're
it's
shooting the NFAA the first day, and then you're shooting the Vegas the second?
I think so.
The
It's
scoring's
the-
all the same?
5-spot 360 and a Vegas 330.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
so it is. I've not been to it. We say every year we're going to add it in. We're not registered as of now, so...
You've
I
got a
don't-
while. It's not until
Well, my problem now is I'm working, and I
Oh.
just started, and I really...
Don't want to take those days
I know.
off.
I already... Yeah.
We're going to roll the dice because we signed up for the 3 o'clock line on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like 5.5 hours
Drive.
from us, from our house. So I think we're just going to try to get up really early
Oh, my goodness.
on Saturday morning and drive over there.
Keith would never, he cannot stand the thought of driving on a day that he shoots.
I
really.
Can't do it.
And then
Won't do it.
Yeah, I can see where there would be some cons to that. Your body's still whatever from being cooped up in a car
He's a
and
pretty
mentally and all of that.
stressful, like he's stressed out while he's driving. Like the cuss words are flying, people aren't driving fast enough.
boy, that sounds like Jim.
Sometimes he romps on the gas so hard, I feel like the motor is going to blow out the hood and we're going to die from like the motor landing in our lap.
Nice. that's
So
not good.
yeah, and it's just not an easy go. Now, if I was to drive, it would probably be different, but I don't like driving in places I don't know or far away. I'm just not, I mean, I just never have, so I don't love it. But it's always a little extended vacation that way anyway.
Here,
so.
Julie, if you shoot a perfect score, there's a perfect score challenge. And this will pay for your archery for the rest of the year. It's a $2,000 automatic payout if you just shoot a 690 for the whole weekend.
Sure, no problem. I can do that in my sleep.
That's all you got to do.
I normally do it in my sleep, just not when I do
Right,
I
me too.
shoot.
I do it in my daydreams.
That's exactly right. So that's a big tournament.
Yeah, it is.
And it's part of the Triple Crown, which
Everybody
there's
talks about how fun that is.
3 tournaments.
It's like the kickoff,
That's the kickoff. And then we've got Iowa Pro-Am.
which the registry just opened a couple days ago.
Yes.
Saturday.
And it is, where is it located at?
Des Moines.
Des Moines.
Mm-hmm. It's in a-
Hy-Vee Hall.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's a good time too.
It is. It is a really good time.
Sometimes it's flipping cold,
And
but
It's always flipping cold.
and
I
the
can't.
wind-
Now,
Wind's
have they
blowing.
always had a 6 o'clock?
Friday night. Yeah, they added that. I think last year.
I was going to say, I don't remember them always having that 6 o'clock Friday night line.
And
So-
it used to be way up in northern Iowa in Mason City. And then I don't know if they outgrew the facility or what happened, but they moved it to Des Moines, which is great because that's like 3 hours from
Yeah,
my
Des
house.
Moines
Right.
not that far from Kansas City.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
pretty easy drive from a lot of people in Illinois.
It'd probably
And,
just be a couple hours for you guys.
Yeah.
Um,
it's about 3-ish.
I think it's 2.5 from here. It's not that far.
I'm talking about stop and pee
Yeah.
and stuff. So
Sorry, I didn't give dates on this. It's this okay, so
It's
the Midwest Open in Illinois goes from what, the 9th to the 11th.
Right.
The Iowa
sorry.
State is January 6th, 7th, and 8th. And then the conclusion to this Triple Crown will be in Kansas City
at the Kansas City shootout.
at the Kansas City Shootout.
Right.
And that's not been, I'm told that's going to be announced this week. So the
So
registration
it's-
will start probably later this week.
and it'll probably be on archeryevents.com.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
assume so.
And I think
it's
it'll be in
back at
Parkville.
this year.
Which is a really nice area. I like that little area. There's some good restaurants around there, some good
Oh
shopping.
yeah,
If you want to bring your
yeah.
Okay, so the date for that is actually
January
on.
20th and 21st, I think.
21st, and 22nd is a Sunday.
And
Oh,
that's
okay.
near
So-
us. As in the Bowdivas. We're going to try to have like a little table, do some podcasts. So if any of you guys want to hang out, meet us, talk to
I
us.
would say we could call it a meet and greet.
Yeah, we
Oh,
could.
A
that would be
podcast meet and greet.
awesome. That's a
Yeah.
good idea.
It is.
So
We
the-
technically haven't had a meet and greet
No,
like
we have
other
not.
podcasters do it sometimes.
Right. That is exciting. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a good idea.
Hopefully we'll get some shirts printed up by then. Maybe we'll have some of those for sale. Some stuff like that.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Do they do a team shoot? Kansas City? They
I
don't.
don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No. We could have a Bowdivas team.
I'd love to do that. I
Ooh.
either need to buy another bow or set my bow up. Maybe if I just killed something, then I could set it up for
Do you
indoor.
know that you just like fed into every man's dream? You just said, "Oh, I need to buy another bow." Not many women say that. You'll probably
That's
be
true.
turned into a soundbite.
I need to buy another bow.
I need to buy. Yeah.
A female voice saying that.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know if
I
I'm
don't-
making that noise or
I don't
what.
know what that is.
I don't know
Um,
either.
Oh, it could be phone.
I want to talk
interference.
about the Indoor National Championships, which will be March 18th and Sunday, March 19th. And they are now no longer in Louisville. They will be in WKRP Cincinnati.
That's right.
Just kidding. It's just Cincinnati, Ohio. And then North America Field Archery Championships. Where's that? That's
Oh.
June.
Oh, that
Okay,
was March.
I'm off.
The other one here too is Lancaster.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That
You
was
should
I
talk
was going to
about Lancaster,
mention.
too,
That's
yeah.
on my bucket list.
Lancaster, yeah,
Yeah.
mine too.
See, if you would
Can you
get-
imagine the money that we would spend?
That's the one where they all got snowed in this year,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's the one where one of our locals, sorry,
Barb just
beating up my.
whacked her glasses on her microphone. Sorry, guys.
Anyway, it's January 27th through the 29th in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Oh, and the Vegas shoot is Friday, February 10th through Sunday, the 12th. If anybody wants to.
February 10th. Okay.
February, yes.
Okay.
2017, it'll be the new year. But that's always a fun one. Probably my favorite one, just because it's the biggest family reunion there's around.
Yeah.
And then the First Dakota Classic is moved from the middle of the summer, like it was last year, to April 28th through the 30th.
Well, and even then, now you got ASA kicking off in February also. The
And-
first
Oh,
ASA
that's so
yeah, and
crazy.
Foley. Like the week, isn't it the week after,
after Vegas usually.
Gosh, you guys have like no time off, really. Your off season really is super short.
No, if you shoot, like if you're hardcore,
If you wanted-
indoor and 3D, I
There
don't
is
know
no
how
off
those guys
season.
do that.
Yeah.
Where you're
You
in
can
Vegas
shoot-
one weekend and then you're shooting 3D.
You
the
can
next
shoot year
weekend.
round pretty much. I mean, there's
If
like
you
really
have the money for it.
think about
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. If you think about it, I mean, your last ASA ends kind of in August, and there's also an IBO that ends up like a week later, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
And then September, October, November, I think everybody kind of gears down, goes hunts for a couple. So they're still shooting their bows.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but as soon as they get done hunting, they have to turn around and start shooting indoor. And pretty much in December for this first big indoor tournament is going to be this Bloomington, Illinois,
The Midwest Open.
Mhm,
Yeah,
the
that's
Midwest Open.
Kind of traditionally the big kickoff
Right.
tournament for indoor season.
Right. But what last year, that Casey shootout was in December, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We had two Kansas City shootouts in the same year
Yeah.
because we have one in January and one in
That's
December.
right.
Which was
So if
kinda-
somebody won a double plaque, then it would have the same year. I kept thinking, I wonder
wow.
if I could win it again. I didn't. Bailey won it. But we share the same plaque.
There you go. Yes.
Who really won it then?
I won it first.
There you go, Bailey.
No.
I know she'll
Take
listen.
that.
Hey, this girl's on fire.
Yes, she is.
Let her
And
go.
I saw
she's
she
got
killed
that Hoyt,
another.
She's lit.
and she's shooting it just as good, if
Mm-hmm.
not better, than that Bowtech. I think she could pick up anything,
Right.
and totally shoot it.
Jim got his podium and he's been shooting it really well.
Good.
He came down here the other day and shot 3 X's. And I said, I thought you said you were going to practice.
Mic drop and walked off.
He goes, I just shot 3X's. I don't need to practice anymore. I'm like, you got to shoot way more than 3 in a row.
I love how you're his wifeager, his manager.
Wifeager.
I'm not nice to him. I never
know.
give him encouragement.
I know, but I think it's really nice when you go move the 3D targets out
I need
there.
to start doing that here soon because really, Foley, Alabama is not that far away. Are you gonna? You're gonna shoot a unknown yardage?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I'm going to miss all of the known 45 girls, though, so I'm kind
Yeah.
of torn.
That's how I felt when I moved from bow hunter into freestyle.
Yeah.
Like, I still want to go hang out in their seating area. Like, I miss them. I'm sure it would be way harder for you guys because you're walking through the woods. It's not like you can just, like, holler in the
Yeah, because we could be on
convention center.
completely opposite sides
Right.
of the property
Right.
and not
Yeah,
see-
but you usually run past them. I mean,
Yeah,
you don't
at
get to
some
spend the whole
point.
day with them, but you do walk past them and.
Yeah. I haven't completely
See them.
decided, but I do miss judging yardage if that
Well,
not crazy.
What I
but-
was going to say is I'll try to make sure I set some out for you and Jim.
Okay, and so I can come over.
And I'll be mean to you too.
Okay,
Like, how
do
far
it.
is that, Julie? No, you got to get better than that.
Drill Sergeant Barb.
2 yards isn't going to cut it. You got to be within a yard.
So awesome.
I love it. I need somebody to do that and correct that. Now, are you doing it while we're standing there at full draw trying to
No,
shoot
you won't have to
or-
shoot
Oh,
it.
okay.
No, he doesn't
We
ever
just have
shoot
to
him. He
judge
just
it.
judges it. So,
Do you get to throw stuff at them if they miss?
no.
Dang
No,
it.
but he'll do like really good one day, and then we'll do another day, and he'll be like 4 yards off on some stuff. I'm like, what is wrong with you? You had it the other day. What is wrong?
She's so mean.
It's the Barbara Fraser Mental Management Program.
Let's get her on tape.
It's like the guy from Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
I need one of those little hats.
Yeah, you do.
You need the sock
Gunny.
full of soap. Quick, cow! If he's not doing what you wanted to do.
You'll know if you're within 2 yards or not. Feel this against your head. We're terrible. I'm not that mean to
Barb
him.
Fraser, archery coach, motivational speaker.
It's more like archery drill sergeant.
Yeah, exactly. Some of us
So.
need that. You might have found a niche here that.
I don't know.
She's pretty good at interviewing.
This is what I do
too.
to myself, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I don't hit well or something, I'm like,
And that's not what you're supposed to do, right? Aren't we supposed to have that positive self-talk?
No. That's just not my nature.
Yeah, me
Ask my kids.
either.
They've lived with me either, too. You know, you got a B? You're so close to an A. As a matter of fact, I did say that to Anna the other day. She's got like an 89 in a class. I'm like, man, it's so close to an A, Anna. Come on.
She's probably looking at you like, really? Seriously?
But it's so close. Just a little bit better on one test.
Oh
Poor
my
girl.
gosh. And with my kids, I'm like, you got to be yes.
I know.
I'm
the
so
same.
thankful.
Yeah.
Which
You
they're-
must have really worked hard.
Yeah,
With one of my
exactly.
kids, it was like, you graduated. Yes. Yes.
You didn't know you were going
Thank
to do high school
God.
twice, did you?
Oh, I felt like it, man. Ugh.
No child left behind.
Good grief.
Well, do we have any other things to talk about? Any other shoots coming up that
I think
may
we
have happened to
covered the
think of?
shoots, the big things.
Yeah, and of course, there's always loads of local stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can talk that up when it gets closer to time. But I think Overton's is the first one here in November, the first tournament, right?
I think so. I haven't. Well,
And that's in Lawrence, Kansas.
East Fork though always has the backwoods 450 over at Huntsville, Moberly area,
Right.
and that's always in October.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's coming up, and then Overton's in the Kansas City area. I
Okay.
think's the first
Well, I think
one.
there's even some 3D shoots going on too. Because I see Sean Groder all the time on Midwest 3D announce
still,
stuff.
There's
Yeah.
3D still going on.
I think there's a few still.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm not into being outside right now because the oak mites are tearing me up.
The oak mites.
I'm serious.
I didn't even know oak mites.
I've heard of
existed
them,
until
but
this
I
in
had
the last month or so.
I got
too.
them last year. I don't know if it's where we're shooting archery outside or what, but you don't have to be under a tree to get them. They just blow in the wind.
Oh, goody.
Yes.
Are they so small you can't see them?
You cannot see them.
So they're kind of like a. I wonder if I had some earlier in the year and didn't know it.
You think
Thought
that
it was
they're
like-
mosquito bites at first? I mean, I think even this one on my chin was one because it swelled up huge. And I mean, it wasn't.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Like every time I've gotten bit, I'm like, oh, for sure it's a brown recluse. It's going to like devastate
Eat my
me.
face
Yeah.
off.
It's melting. But nope, just a damn oak mite.
Huh. Yeah, I never
They're
knew they
tearing
existed.
me up. The teacher that's the class I work in, she's got them all over
We-
her neck.
Really?
We got a notice from school too, from the high school, saying that there's been a bunch of kids coming up with them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, and you don't get them. I mean, like they don't show up the night they get you. It like shows up 3 days later.
Yeah, I thought they were kind of like the way chiggers do. Like you
Right.
don't know you're getting them right when you get them, but
And then they
then days
appear.
later you're like, oh,
Well, and they make giant welts on me. Like seriously, I thought I had a hernia on my stomach.
maybe you have
nope.
an allergy. Maybe you're like more allergic. I don't know.
And they itch really bad.
Yes, like I've like tore into this one on my neck. Seriously, like just while we're sitting here, wherever
I
it's
can
at
see
now.
it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a small one, and they come in all different sizes. This isn't just like a
All different.
safety freaking thing for stay away from oak mites. But no, seriously, I don't want to be outside anymore. I'm done. Like I don't even like walking to my car. I'm like, oh, the mites are after
Seriously.
me. Yes,
We have oak trees in our yard. And
We do too. I got one.
I don't think I've gotten any kind of bites.
I haven't either.
Now I'm going to be
Well,
all
then
paranoid
you
and
are
worried about
lucky.
it.
If you see somebody with a bright red welt on them, it's an oak mite.
Huh.
They may not like the taste of you.
That could be.
I mean, seriously, some
Yeah.
people like mosquitoes. I can have 15 on me at one time, and then Keith won't have any.
Maybe it's something that in his diet does he eat different?
That could be.
Lots
No.
of garlic or something.
We're eating the same thing.
I wonder, now that you say that, like one year our dogs got fleas bad. Like we were infested. And those damn things would jump on me, like get on my ankles and my feet and bite the crap out of me. And nobody else in the house would get bit.
Just you.
Just me. It was crazy. And I didn't think we were ever going to get rid of those darn things, but we did.
Yeah, they're hard to get rid of once they're. This is not at all archery related, other than stay inside and stay away from the oak bite.
Right. Well, it's real life too. I mean, yeah,
Right.
we love archery, but we're real people
But
that have
oak mites are
other
real
things going
too,
on. That's right.
and clown lives matter. So
I like the crazy eyes you just gave while saying that. I wish the listeners could see that. And clown mite.
We should invest in a good video camera and totally video ourselves doing our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I was
then
looking
we
at
could
some
torture people
GoPros.
visually and auditorily.
Yes. We used to have a GoPro. We sold it to some guy that like.
How come you sold it? Why didn't you like
Because
it?
it wouldn't download to the computer we had at the time.
Oh.
Like it would download the sound, but not. You would get like the first screen, and that would be it. And it would play the sound, but you would never get the video. So he sold it. We've talked about getting another one because we have a better computer now. But we have we had all the attachments to like put on our bow fishing setup so we could
Yeah.
get some cool shots and.
Well, and they're pretty reasonable. I mean, you can get some pretty reasonable price.
Yep.
So, anyway, we better www and Facebook and
Our way out.
yeah,
All right. Well,
that's our way out.
I'll open that door and shut it. So if you want to find us, we're on Facebook as the Bowdivas podcast. If you guys truly, I mean, I know I say this all the time, but if you want to hear anything in particular that you want us to talk about, go ahead and leave us a message, or don't be inappropriate or nothing, but
Right.
leave us a message.
Or if you want to expose our utter ignorance on a topic,
Yeah, go ahead.
send us a message. And
Yeah, if you want to hear your topic talked about, send that to us. We also have a page. It's www.bowdivas.com, or is it
yeah.
Bowdivas podcast now?
No, it's bowdivas.com.
Okay. And then we've got Twitter and Instagram. So I know nothing about those. So I don't even
Yeah.
know what those.
I don't
look like.
remember on Instagram. What did we decide we are?
We are the Bowdivas podcast on
Okay.
Instagram. And I rarely post anything on Twitter. If I do, I've shared it straight off of Instagram. Because, like, if you put something on Instagram, then you can tell it to also share it to Facebook and share it to Twitter.
Oh, okay.
And I've tried Twitter, like, personally 2 or 3 times, and I just can't get into it.
No.
So I don't really use it much for the Bowdivas either.
No. I maybe have 5 pictures on there, so if anybody tries to look me up, I don't know nothing about it. I just do Facebook, and I know that's kind of the general thing that
We do
everybody's
have
on.
a lot on Instagram here, though, I see.
I've been trying.
Bowdivas podcast.
And if I can remember the password, I'll give it to you guys and you can post stuff too. But
I'm
I
following
can't
it.
ever remember the password.
We have 110 followers.
Yay.
Yay.
That's cool.
That's
Am I
cool.
a follower? I wonder.
I don't know.
I don't
Probably
even know.
not.
Probably not. I know nothing about it really. But I mean, that's a way to get a hold of us. We are going to do something interesting this next Tuesday. You can go ahead and, if you have a real creative costume, go ahead and send us a picture on Facebook. We're going to have a Halloween costume contest. And we'll have somebody judge that, and we'll have a giveaway.
And we'll announce winners when we not when we record, I guess, but
It'll be
on November 8th.
the first Tuesday in November, correct? Or the second
The
Tuesday?
second Tuesday.
Okay, so the second Tuesday we will reveal the winner. But don't let me be the winner because I'm going to be dressed up as Chewbacca Mom. So you better be putting your pictures in too. I'll put my crazy one in too.
Yeah.
So
I'm
and
not
that,
dressing up, so.
yes, she is.
No.
Okay.
So the next time we record, do we have to dress up?
Ooh, we so should. You could really have to edit the muffling of the Chewbacca mask. Like, hey guys, can you hear me? It's Bowdivas. So
Bertha.
yeah, it's Bertha. Bertha and Chewbacca. Okay, so we want to do that. That'll be something fun. We need to discuss what we're going to do as a giveaway. Maybe a shirt if I can get the ink.
Yeah,
But,
that would be good.
Yeah, that would be good.
Mhm.
I keep saying that we need to do shirts, and we had ink.
We
for
need to do a
while.
lot of stuff, and we seem to. We're busy. We're busy people. We're
Football's
moms.
Football's
We
almost
work.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is
so-
football over so early?
Well, we are now in the playoffs, so we have a couple more games now. And it was supposed to be over this Friday. Was supposed to be our last one, so we got a couple more, but they'll just be a Friday night, not a Monday night, so we can still record on a Monday if you want.
Yeah, cool.
But so I do that, and then I teach archery, and I should be at some archery leagues because if I want to shoot this year, I should probably start
a
practicing.
little bit. Yeah, that would be good.
And then we do this on Tuesday night, and Thursday night's my archery class, and Wednesday, Monday, and Friday are archery leagues, plus Monday and Friday are football. So I guess you guys have got the rundown on me
Right.
and what I don't have time for.
And I work full time during the day.
Yeah, I work full-time, too.
and I do LuLaRoe with my daughter
Yes.
outside of work hours, and I'm shooting a league that I haven't gone to yet.
Right.
So I've been shooting my makeup game at some other point during the week, trying to squeeze in, hopefully starting some hunting this
Yes.
coming weekend, and not as busy as Annalise because my kiddos are grown and out of the house, so we don't have the football games and that kind of stuff going on anymore. But for some reason, with this empty nest deal going on, I feel like I'm almost busier now than I was when the kids were home. And I know that's not possible because those kids kept us running all the time.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if my time management has just gotten worse.
I have to write myself.
I have more
sticky
shows I have
notes.
to work into my schedule since I have fewer kids at home.
There you go.
Actually, I think my kids are more needy now that they don't live here. I don't know. That
Maybe
is.
that's what it is.
Sorry.
Maybe.
It could be.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I guess I could see that in a way, though, because if they're out on their own, they're experiencing all this stuff for the first time. So there is
Yeah.
stuff that they don't know that they probably have to
Yeah.
rely on mom or dad to help them out on until they
Right.
figure it out, or, you know, get the hang of it or whatever.
Yep.
So there's another tangent that we just totally went on.
I know it. So, I mean, we're just talking about how busy we are. So, we really value the people that listen to us. So that's why we come here on Tuesday nights, even though we don't have time. So we make time to put these podcasts together for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy them. But we do want to do the Halloween costume contest. So that'll be, just go ahead and start uploading that as soon as you hear this, because it'll be next Tuesday. So that should be when they should start.
Yeah. Well, it might. Yeah. See, because we've already gone
It might be the one after.
almost 2 hours.
So this may already have been done.
Yeah. How are we going to do this?
Have we been talking that long?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How
So
do we
we love to
manage
hear
do that?
ourselves talk.
I guess so.
Yeah. It's an hour and 46 minutes or
Wow.
something.
Yeah, that'll be 2 episodes.
So that's 2 episodes.
Well, we'll just.
I have an idea, so we can sign off and then we'll.
You can. We can.
We can post it on Facebook. I mean,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
don't have to hear it on the podcast.
I can post my old, my Mexican word of the day one as an idea,
Oh, there you go.
and
Okay.
then just say we're having a costume contest.
Yeah, we can promote it through social media, and
Yeah.
Okay.
they'll already know about it by the time they
Right.
hear all of this.
We mentioned something on the live feed.
Maybe
just
they'll
did
maybe
the
they'll
giveaway.
just feel like there's been a time warp and they've missed something.
The Matrix.
Yes, it'll be like the Matrix.
That's
I
like
c-
3 in a
I've
row
gotten
now.
that. Yeah, I've gotten that in. You actually got it in this
I
time.
know. For you.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
that.
I knew it was on the tip of your tongue.
That's what I need to dress up like the guy from the
Ooh.
Matrix.
Oh yeah.
I really think you need to dress
I got
up.
enough.
Why don't you dress up as a deer?
A deer.
A deer, a female deer, a doe.
And Vince can be the deer hunter. Oh.
Okay, here's a little story.
Okay.
I'll try to make it brief. Hometown Pizza in Richmond was having a Halloween costume contest.
Uh-huh.
And Vince dressed up as a farmer, and my friend and I dressed up as sheep.
Oh. On purpose?
On
Was
purpose.
this all planned?
Oh, it was all planned.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's like sister wives.
Sister sheep. We got second place.
All right. That's awesome.
I have a costume that, well, Jim didn't hold up his part of the bargain, but I can't even say it on here because it's so politically incorrect. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
I'll tell you later after
Okay.
we sign off
All right, well,
Now they all want
because
to know.
it is that
that
politically
bad?
incorrect. Yeah.
okay, well, let's get out of here then.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you later.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Goodbye.